Protests like the one in Sydney continued across the world over the weekend. In America, police arrested the amateur filmmaker whose video slur against the Prophet Muhammad sparked the uprising. Here's North America correspondent Michael Brissenden.
The anger and protest sparked by a badly produced and distasteful video made by a couple of religious zealots in California spread through more than 20 countries in the Middle East and eventually all the way to Sydney. The US Embassy was also a target in London overnight, where a crowd of 1,000 people chanted anti-US slogans and called for America to get out of Muslim lands.
Muslims are expected just to accept this insult. We say no, you cannot expect to insult deeply held beliefs and not expect a response.
It's a long way from the hoped-for new beginnings spoken of by a newly elected President Obama back in 2009.
I've come here to Cairo to seek a new beginning between the United States and Muslims around the world, one based on mutual interest and mutual respect.
But then that was before the Arab Spring, before the Libyan uprising, before the end of the Mubarak regime in Cairo, and before the Syrian crisis. Now, in the thick of the campaign for the 2012 election, a fight focused on Barack Obama's record on all matters presidential since then, the protests have thrown the focus of the campaign onto foreign policy, specifically President Obama's handling of policy toward the Middle East.
As the anti-American protests over...
The fact is that the United States is weakened. And, you know, it was Osama bin Laden that said, when people see the strong horse and the weak horse, people like the strong horse. Right now, the United States is the weak horse.
I serve up at the United Nations, and I see every day the difference in how countries around the world view the United States. They view us as a partner. They view us as somebody they want to work with. They view President Obama as somebody they trust. Our standing in the world is much stronger.
But perhaps it's no surprise that from the campaign headquarters, it seems how you view America's standing in the world depends on what side of the domestic political fence you're on. And certainly Mitt Romney is looking for any opportunity to shore up his own foreign policy credentials.
The world needs American leadership. The Middle East needs American leadership, and I intend to be a president that provides the leadership that America respects and will keep us admired throughout the world.
But Mitt Romney has himself attracted considerable criticism over his handling of the politics of it all. His tough stand and his claims that the president was apologising for American values and appeasing Islamic extremists has been criticised for appearing to seek political advantage from an attack that claimed American lives. The Obama administration continues to put the video at the centre of the blame for the violence that's erupted over the past few days.
Excuse me. Do you have anything to say about all the turmoil your film is causing?
One of the three men said to have links to the production of the film, Nicola Baselli-Nicola, was taken in for questioning by police in California. Nicola is on a supervised probation from prison, having been convicted of bank fraud. According to the Los Angeles Times, the film's producers are devotees of this man, Coptic preacher Zakaria Botros, described as Islam's most hated man.
My method is a short, sharp shot.
Al-Qaeda, he says, has offered $60 million for his head.
Because I believe that I am in the hands of God and He protects me. There is no fear. Jesus said, don't fear.
Zakaria Botros is not thought to have any direct connection to the video that sparked the global protest. That protest is about more than just a badly produced and offensive video. It's become a catalyst for a broader expression of anger, and it's underlined again just how fundamentally fragile America's relationship still is with the Muslim world.
Michael Brissenden reports.